What if I told you that the image you're seeing on screen right now wasn't made by an artist, and it was then prompted by a person typing a swan on a lake in the style of Monet, directly from a person's brain activity while they were looking at the original photo? This image was recreated. This is happening right now in labs around the world. Scientists have effectively taught an AI to see what you see, and the next frontier is to see your dreams. This isn't science fiction. Mind Reader. How AI unlocked the human brain. Think of it as a 3D movie of your brain at work. For example, they know the occipital lobe lights up when you see something, but they couldn't tell what you were seeing. It was like knowing a computer's processor is working hard, but not knowing if it's running a game or a spreadsheet. These are the models that have taken the internet by storm. And Japan's National Institutes for Quantum Science and Technology had a brilliant idea. The AI learns the mathematical relationship between a word, like cat, and the millions of pixels that make up a picture of a cat. It creates a semantic space, a sort of dictionary that translates concepts into images. This pattern of blood flow in the visual cortex corresponds to the concept of a furry animal with pointed ears. It then fed those concepts into a standard image-generating AI. Then, they trained a special AI model to act as a translator. You give them a text description, an astronaut riding a horse on Mars, and they create a stunningly detailed image. When you think, see, or feel something, specific neurons fire and they need oxygen. fMRI tracks the flow of oxygenated blood, creating a detailed map of your brain activity second by second. The AI, just by looking at their brain scan, generated this. It's not perfect, but it's unmistakably a turtle. They showed a person a plane, it generated a plane. They even showed subjects short video clips, and the AI was able to reconstruct a blurry, dreamlike sequence of events that matched the original. Even with no visual input, just the brain activity of imagination, the AI produced an image of a spotted feline. An advertiser reading your mind to see how you really feel about their product. We know you're lying. We can see the memory right here. Are we prepared for a world where any of that could be downloaded and analyzed? It holds the potential to heal minds, to unlock creativity we can't even fathom, and to connect us in ways we never thought possible. But it also holds the potential for the ultimate form of surveillance. The very concept of thought crime suddenly becomes a technological possibility. The scientists who built this are urging for a public conversation about the ethics, for policies to be put in place now, before it's too late. You can lock your doors, encrypt your data, but your mind, that's your own. But what if it wasn't? While the technology isn't quite there yet, it is the logical next step. If you want to stay updated on the technology that's shaping our future, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. You don't want to miss what's coming next. Imagine being able to record your dreams and watch them back the next morning. The system doesn't need to be trained on the specific person's brain. The models are becoming so good they can generalize. Meaning, one day, a machine could potentially interpret your thoughts without ever having scanned your brain before. For centuries, our thoughts have been the last bastion of true privacy. This story isn't about some dystopian future. It's about a groundbreaking convergence of two powerful technologies, fMRI and generative AI. First, you need to understand fMRI, or functional magnetic resonance imaging. Therapists could use it to help patients with PTSD by visualizing and reframing their nightmares. For years, scientists have used fMRI to see which parts of the brain are active. Until now. The code was there, but we couldn't read it. Enter generative AI. The way they do this is incredibly complex, but here's a simple analogy. So, here's where the magic happens. Researchers at universities like the University of Texas at Austin, what if they could build a bridge between the brain activity map from the fMRI and the AI's semantic space? They put subjects in an fMRI machine for hours, showing them thousands of different images and recording their brain activity for each one. This translator AI learned to look at a complex brain scan and say, "Aha, the results are staggering. Look at this." The subject was shown a picture of a turtle. This is incredible, but it gets even crazier. And it doesn't just work on what you see, it works on what you imagine. In one experiment, a subject was told to imagine a leopard. This brings us to the final frontier, dreams. Dreams are just a form of imagination and memory recall happening while we sleep. the same parts of the brain are active. We could solve creative problems in our sleep. We could understand our subconscious fears and desires. But the ethical implications are terrifying. What happens when this technology is small enough to be portable? What happens when it's used not for medicine, but for marketing? What about law enforcement? A suspect's thoughts used as evidence in court. Your internal monologue, your private daydreams, your silent opinions. This technology is a Pandora's box. We are standing on the edge of a cliff, and we have to decide very carefully how we take the next step, because the technology is moving faster than anyone expected. And the question is no longer if we can read minds, but when and who gets to hold the key? What do you think? Is this the most exciting breakthrough of our time, or the scariest? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching.